This is what we are about. We plant seeds that one day will grow. We water seeds already planted, knowing that they hold future promise. We lay foundations that need further development. We provide yeast that produces effects beyond our capabilities. We cannot do everything, and there is a sense of liberation in realizing that. This enables us to do something and to do it very well. It may be incomplete, but it is a beginning, a step along the way, an opportunity for God's grace to enter and do the rest. We may never see the end results, but that is the difference between the master builder and the worker. We are the workers, not the master builders, ministers, not messiahs. We are prophets of a future not our own.
We've all been at various graduation ceremonies through our lives, and we've heard those boring speeches about how we need to reach for the stars and we'll go far, or how we can be the best we can be. Many of these speeches are about becoming successful or getting ahead in life, but they give generic advice for achieving these things, which, frankly, isn't much advice at all. What good is a success story if the hero turns out to be an antagonist? I'm here to give what I hope will be genuine advice and words of wisdom and encouragement to the class of 2011. My memory isn't always the best, but I can still recall my first day of school. I was bawling my eyes out because I'd left my super cool, super big crayons at Grandma's house, and Mom and Dad wouldn't let me get them. I got on the bus and I sat next to twins, a scientific occurrence that my 4-year-old self had thought was a myth. When I got to school, I was nervous. Who wouldn't be? I was an even tinier version of my tiny self, and I was in a scary new place, with colors everywhere and people I'd never seen before. I wasn't sure I'd make it through. Yet here I stand, 13 years later. With me are the strange new people that I've now become friends with. We're about to jump blindly into a brand new world, just like 13 years ago. We will be in a strange new place with strange new people, and in an even bigger, even scarier world. Though the prospect of finally being adults and having more freedoms has seemed like an unattainable goal, it's finally here. It is not, however, without its warning labels. Turn the television on to any news channel, and it's not hard to see that the world we live in isn't always safe and friendly. Even looking out our own doors, it is sometimes evident that the world outside this school where we've spent the last 13 years is a hard place to survive. As teenagers venturing off into college, there will be those who try to take advantage of us. We cannot let them. Looking at my classmates, I see a world of potential and endless possibilities. Though the rest of the world may not have the fortune of being able to see us the way I do, each of us has the power to show them just what we are capable of. Most of us are probably too young to think Frank Sinatra is cool, but I think his song, That's Life, can give us all sound advice to live by. That's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April and shot down in May. I know I've got to change that tune when I'm back on top in June. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn, and a king. I've been up and down and over and out, but I know one thing. Each time I find myself flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life. As funny as it seems. Some people get their kicks stomping on a dream. But I don't let it get me down, because this fine old world keeps spinning around. What Sinatra says is absolutely true. The world can try to beat you down. Some days it probably will, but you've got to get up and keep going. Up to this point, we have all faced adversity, hardships, and tragedies. We've bombed tests, made mistakes, and lost 2 of our own. Each of these events were difficult in their own rights, but they have made us who we are as individuals and who we have become as a class of 2011. Now we need to take the lessons we've learned thus far, the good and the bad, and use them to our advantage. The world may think that we are just teenagers or try to give us a bad rap, but we know we're above that stereotype. We've dealt with change before, and as we go to college and beyond, we will continue to deal with it. I hope that we will take our experiences from our time at Forest City and use them to benefit ourselves and those around us. Pay It Forward is one of my favorite movies and favorite concepts. A boy named Trevor McKinney sets out to make the world a better place by helping 3 people in the hopes that each of them will help 3 others, and so on. It's true that life is about the simple things, from holding the door for someone or giving a smile to a stranger. Things that seem insignificant have the power to make a world of difference. It's a little like high school. As students, it's easy to feel stifled or unimportant in the grand scheme of things. It's part of what makes the idea of college so exciting. Being able to finally get out into the world and actually do something for ourselves is something we can hardly wait for. But we cannot forget that we can do something for others. By being a better person, we can change the world. By helping others, we can create a chain and pay it forward, each person helping another in some small way. We, the supposed insignificant, have the ability to change people and to change the world. If ever there was a class to do it, it's ours. From kindergarten to our junior year, we've waited for this day to come, often thinking that it never would. Throughout our final year as high school students, we became aware that, yes, this deadline was fast approaching, and soon found that the pill was a bittersweet one to swallow. Years of dreaming and planning and wishing for things after high school are about to come to fruition, yet we must say goodbye to the place and the people who got us here. We've been taking pictures, recounting stories of the crazy things we've done, all the while knowing that the next 13 years of memories will be made with different people than the last 13 have been. I hope that even though we will meet new people and grow apart in distance, we as a class, as a family, don't grow apart. We may no longer be able to see each other every day, but we can still keep in touch and keep our friendships alive. To the class of 2011, a big congratulations. We've worked hard to reach this point, and we've done it together. Look around you. Every person on this stage tonight had an effect on another person here. We've helped to shape each other, and I believe we've been changed for the better. I hope that you carry your memories and experiences wherever life takes you, and that someday we will come back to where the memories happened and reminisce.
As I thought about giving this speech, and I thought about the class of 2011, I was thinking, why? Why am I giving this speech to the class of 2011 that is sitting in front of you? These are not the people that need to be motivated. Everyone on this stage is driven. Every member of the class of 2011 has so much potential. So let's give it up right now for the class of 2011. Yeah! The hard work and talent is obvious. We are the brightest and the best. But let's not forget those who have helped us get here. Without their help, we wouldn't be here today to celebrate our accomplishments, plan for the future, and say goodbye. So for the next 5 minutes, I'm going to try to give the best advice I have to offer to a graduating high school class. I'm not going to include many common tips such as don't procrastinate or choose work over play, because first of all, I procrastinate constantly. I procrastinate with just about everything I do. Ask Mrs. McGraw or Mrs. Gershman or my beautiful mom up there. As a matter of fact, I stayed up until 5 a.m. in the morning finishing my Bucknell application that I had to bring to school that day to send. So I can't tell anyone else not to procrastinate because you may be like me and you work well under pressure. Also, I really think that you should plan for the future and work hard, but don't forget to live in the moment. What if the rumors are true? What if the world will end in 2012? As much as you may not believe it, live as if it will. Tonight, I want to talk about 3 points of advice. First, I think everyone should say goodbye tonight and start a new chapter in your life. Secondly, Use this time now to find yourself. Finally, once you know who you are, you'll be able to live the happiest life possible. Hopefully you do all say goodbye tonight. I hope you leave your friends, family, and good old FCR. I know many of you are thinking, I am not leaving my girlfriend, or I won't survive without my mommy. But this is a special time in your life. Seeing the world, meeting new friends, gaining experience and knowledge, all can be extremely valuable. If you never leave home, you'll never know if there's some place, someone, or something better out there. So I encourage you all to take this time in your life to make a fresh start and begin your journey through life. We're all going our separate ways on this journey. We've taken these 13 years to learn about ourselves and make our first guess. We're all still just guessing, yeah, well maybe I want to be a dentist, or I think I would be a good gynecologist. But in all likelihood, half of us will guess wrong. But that's okay. Prepare for that. Prepare for the future by reflecting on the past. 1 year from now, ask yourself, do I still want to be a lawyer? Is my rock band really going to make it big? Life is too short to waste valuable years of your life because you didn't put as much thought into your future as your Facebook status. It's okay to make mistakes on your journey. Maybe you'll never become a billionaire. At some point, you might be disappointed with your job or your house. So you're not driving that dream car. So what? You never married Justin Bieber. Who cares? Is that what really matters? In the end, does your wealth determine how successful you were in life? I don't think it should. I think that you should judge how successful you are by how happy you are. Be happy with what you have. The one way you can guarantee to be successful in life is if you're happy with whatever you end up with. I really hope that everyone in the class of 2011 has a wonderful, fun, and happy life. We've prepared all our lives for this moment. We've worked hard in school, in sports, and at home. In order to be on this stage, we have had many difficulties, but we managed to keep good grades and stay out of trouble so that we could be here. Before I finish, I want everyone in the audience to think about the last time you have taken on a project that took 13 years. There aren't many achievements in life that compare to graduating high school. We grow, learn, and change so much. Now it's your turn, seniors. Think about what you were like just 4 years ago. Do you remember how silly you were? Do you remember the pencil drop? Do you realize how much you have changed? In the next 4 years, when you're in college, in the military, or just working, life is going to change much like it has since freshman year. And if you look back at life 4 years from now, hopefully you don't see a reflection of yourself. Hopefully you have changed as a person. And hopefully you find yourself. So when you leave tonight, use this opportunity to make a fresh start. Find out who you are as a person so you choose a fitting path in life. And never, ever give up. Make sure to always have fun, but not too much fun. But as long as you're happy, your life has been a success.
We are an ocean. Some of us have no backbones, like starfish. Some, like the Portuguese man-o-war, have no brains. Some are colorful like clownfish, some as gray as nurse sharks. Some will mate for life, others won't. Some will live in perfect union with people they differ from, accepting differences, like the symbiotic relationship of remoras and sharks. Some of us are bottom dwellers, and others will leap as high as they can.
Some will blend in and do their job in the ecosystem quietly, while others bring change to whatever atmosphere they're in. The ocean has existed as it does for millions of years because of an important phenomenon. Its inhabitants coexist, and that is how we will survive. Throughout our childhood, we are much like anemone fish. Our comfort zone is small. We rely on our parents and teachers, like fish depend on a small anemone that provides all of their food and shelter. Our guardians satisfy our primary needs, and we have a routine school schedule that is reassuring. We aren't yet concerned with roaming the seas, developing our interests, or advanced studies. In high school and college, we travel in packs. We still seek the approval and comfort of others. Like a school of hammerhead sharks, we keep close together to gain strength. Hammerheads clearly have made many adaptations that make them more capable of survival, especially increased electromagnetic sense and wide fields of vision. When we grow up, we learn new things and make sure to use them to benefit our lives. It's our relation to others that bring about these changes, like the evolution of sharks, but the things they enable us to do will help us most when we are out on our own. As adults, we adopt traits parallel to those of sea turtles. You've probably heard about their impeccable navigational skills that allow them to return to the beach they were born on to lay their own eggs. They travel thousands of miles through open sea and remember where they came from. As we venture into the world, we also go back to our roots. Sometimes after college, we go back to our hometown, maybe to start a family like the turtles. Most want to have that secure home base. Even if we don't physically come back home, the place will always be in our minds. It will influence our decisions and attitudes throughout life. It is important that we recognize the importance of our surroundings, the way we impact the world, and the safety of others, not just our own species. We interact in exquisite ways, and those interactions are what our future depends on. It is our responsibility to nurture good relationships with our surroundings.
Cantate Domino canticum novum, cantate Domino o misera, cantate Domino canticum novum, cantate Domino o misera. Cantate Domino canticum novum, cantate Domino o misera, cantate Domino canticum novum, cantate Domino o misera. Cantate Domino et benedicite nomini eius. Sing to the Lord, sing a new song, sing to the Lord, sing all the earth, sing to the Lord, bless his name, sing to the Lord, his glory proclaim. I will sing a new song. I will sing, yes, I will sing. 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 I will sing a joyful song. Cantate Domino canticum novum, cantate Domino o misera, cantate Domino canticum novum, cantate Domino o misera. Cantate Domino canticum novum, sing out with joy. Cantate Domino.
members of the Board of School Directors, faculty, staff, and administration, family and friends of the graduating class, distinguished alumni, and especially to you, the members of class of 2011. Hello and good evening. I almost said some of the other things, but Matt kind of shortchanged me on a few things. I have just two things to say before I introduce our speaker, because I did promise you we were going to move on with the program and get to those other moments. First, I just want to say congratulations to you all, each of you and all of you, in reaching this moment, the commencement of your independent adult lives. Think about those words. Second, I just want to make a quick comment on your slogan, even though Matt has already referred to it indirectly. We may not have gone where we intended to go, but we think we have ended up where we intended to be. I think this is a very important thought. And again, Matt referenced this idea in his remarks in saying that you need to be happy where you are. And there is another quotation I like to use in this situation is, life is what happens when you're busy making plans. So you need to enjoy where you are and where you end up. I think from what I observed during your time in high school, especially this week during practices, that you're pretty content with who you are and where you are, even though most of you are ready and anxious to move on. Okay? So we wish you well in your journey and hope the destinations you reach are satisfying and bring you happiness. But remember, enjoy the journey. And now it's my pleasure to introduce tonight's speaker, who graduated from Forest City Regional in 2001 and was the class valedictorian. She earned her bachelor's degree from the Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, graduating cum laude in 2006. During her undergraduate years, she was a co-op student working at the NASA Johnson Space Center in Houston. Since 2006, Elisa has been employed at NASA as a flight controller in the International Space Environmental Control and Life Support Systems. She served as the increment lead for International Space Station Expeditions 23 and 24, and will be the lead for the upcoming Space Shuttle mission this summer. Elisa lives in Houston with her husband Brian and enjoys jogging, hiking, and spending time at the beach and traveling. Please welcome Forest City Regional's distinguished alum, Elisa Sandvik Truscott.
Good evening. Not that long ago, I was here, anxiously awaiting graduation and what the next phase of life had to offer. I was excited, proud, and a little nervous about leaving FCR. I'm sure many of you have those same feelings tonight. I'm very flattered to be back and to have this opportunity tonight to share some of my thoughts with you. I hope to inspire you to achieve whatever it is that you want from life. You might think I'm a lucky person. I certainly feel lucky. I stood here 10 years ago speaking to my classmates about dreams and how I hoped we could all achieve our dreams. I remember elaborating on a few of my personal dreams: to graduate from college, find a job at NASA, and my ultimate dream was, and still is, to be an astronaut and fly in space. So here I am, a Forest City graduate, a college graduate, and a proud member of the team in mission control at NASA, responsible for controlling the life support system on the International Space Station and keeping the crew of 6 astronauts from around the world safe. How is that possible? Was it just luck? Remember, 10 years ago, I was here in Forest City, PA, just like all of you. I read a motivating book last month called The Last Lecture. A man with terminal cancer wrote the book to share his perspective of life and share some of his personal stories with his young children that he knew he was leaving behind. In it, he quoted Seneca, saying, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." Think about it. Luck, preparation, and opportunity. Those are some buzzwords I want you to keep in the back of your mind as you endeavor to reach your goals and dreams. I also want to add the word persistence to that list. So mentally, I want you all to link luck with preparation, opportunity, and persistence. Clearly, you all here know about preparation. You've made it this far. I'm sure some of you have prepared more than others, but over the last 13 years, all of you have put in effort preparing for more exams and projects than you can count. And there's plenty more on the way, for the record. As an example from my life, I started piling on the college credits very early. I knew I had to pay the same tuition no matter how many courses I took, so I maxed out the course load. You can call that preparation. At the time, I was preparing for a few reasons. First, I knew if I got ahead on credits, I would be among the first of my peers to register for classes and therefore more likely to get a spot in an elective that I really wanted to take. Second, I knew if I had a more diverse education than the minimum requirements, I'd have more opportunity when I graduated. And this extra preparation played a huge role in landing a job at NASA. By my junior year, I was well under my way to earning a degree in biomedical engineering at Rensselaer, but I still wasn't certain how that would link to NASA. I started doing online research and discovered the NASA co-op program. This seemed like the perfect opportunity for me. For those of you not familiar with the term co-op, it's similar to an internship. It's a program that combines your college education with practical work experience, and in my opinion, is one of the most valuable things you can do for your future while you're still in college. If accepted into the NASA co-op program, I would maintain my student status, but then get time off from school to go work a few different real jobs at NASA. And I'd also get paid for that work experience. The last bonus was a potential full-time job offer after graduation. And NASA has a minimum requirement that co-ops spend 2 semesters and 1 summer at work. So I applied to the program, had the co-op office at RPI call and put in a good word, and initially I was turned down. NASA sent me a really nice email complimenting my resume and politely explaining that they'd already made their selection and I wasn't included. They closed by encouraging me to reapply the following semester. So I wrote a note back to the co-op manager, thanking him for considering me and expressing my disappointment at not being chosen. I went on to say that I always wanted to work at NASA, but I was so far ahead in my coursework that I wouldn't have the opportunity to reapply because graduation was too close and there wouldn't be room in my curriculum to complete the program, the 3 co-op tours that they required. RPI wouldn't let me enter the co-op program if I waited another semester. So I told them I'd continue looking for ways to find a job at NASA, and then I got a really quick reply back requesting a phone interview. To make a long story short, the interview went really well, and I was selected for the program. 2 months later, instead of starting another grueling semester in the winter at RPI, I was designing a small part of a resistive exercise device that astronauts would later test on a mission underwater that summer. I was getting paid to work at NASA. This was a real dream come true. After completing 4 co-op tours within 3 different organizations at the Johnson Space Center, I was offered a permanent full-time position following graduation as an ECLS flight controller. I share this story with you because with opportunity, sometimes it will present itself to you. It might not take any extra work to chase that opportunity. But other times, you have to go out of your way and be persistent to find the opportunity that will help you achieve your goals. So, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. I think this phrase highlights what I feel was the key to my success and could easily become the key to your success. Yes, I am extremely lucky to be where I am right now, and I hope all of you become extremely lucky, and 10 years from now, you have also accomplished a few of your goals. But I want you to know that luck doesn't always happen without a lot of hard work. Prepare, be persistent, and utilize every opportunity that might get you one step closer to your goal. Remember, you might have to go out of your way to find those opportunities. Work hard, spend the majority of your energy focusing on what matters most to you, and with any luck, you'll achieve exactly what you want in life. Congratulations to the class of 2011.
Mrs. Trescott, will you please come forward? On behalf of the class of 2011, I would like to present you with this small token of our appreciation. Thank you. I can't repay the lessons that you taught me when I was small, or give you gift for gift the daily treasures I recall. I can't return encouragement and loving words of praise in quite the ways you did for me through all my childhood days. But there is one gift that I can give. It's all the love you've earned, for love is what you always taught, and love is what I learned. Thank you for everything you have done for me. Today, June 10th, 2011, my graduation from high school is for you. This celebration is not for any of the students or the faculty, but for the parents who have brought their children to where they are in life today. This occasion is merely a stepping stone in our life, which you so kindly placed for us.
We
Would Courtney Andrews please come forward? It is my privilege and honor as the valedictorian of the class of 2011 to present you with this mantle. This mantle carries with it rights and responsibilities. To the class of 2012, it is your turn to be the model of academic excellence for the underclassmen of Forest City Regional. Congratulations.
On behalf of the class of 2012, I accept this mantle. We will do our best to fulfill the obligations that this mantle symbolizes. Congratulations to you, the class of 2011.
Good evening. This is the time they've been waiting for. It's the time they've been practicing for. And they're done practicing. Members of the school board, honored guests, fellow administrators, faculty, parents, friends. It is my distinct honor and pleasure to present to you Forest City Regional's graduating class of 2011. Jessica Lynn Babcock. Katie Lynn Yale. Zika Rousseau. Sarah Alden Marcinkus. Kirsten Alexandria Collins. Allison Teresa Knapp. Lauren Ashley Marcinkus. Brady James Kurtz. Patrick Michael Davis. Bernard John Zimbriski. Randall James Reese Weller III. Dustin A. Preitz. James Brandon Rebernick. Joshua Michael Rivenberg. Tyler M. Parente. Keith Michael Carney. Brittany Rihanna Wilcox. Brittany May Lee. Nicolette Rose Anderson. Ashley Nicole Rasbeck. Nellie Mae Hollister. Nicole Elizabeth Guzzi. Alyssa Courtney Borick. Brianna Michelle Pavallone. Kelsey Tyler Short. Cody Dylan Lamberton. Robert Francis Andrew Noon III. Jois Louis Caruso. Adam Roger Dix. Travis Ryan Twilley. Ryan Robert Bailey. John Lynch. Kyle Justin Bean. Lana Lee Shearer. Stephanie Ann Tolan. Erica Ransom. Ashley Elizabeth Richardson. Mary Elizabeth Sullivan. Megan N. Murphy. Trinity Marie Sampson. Alyssa Lauren Corey. Stephanie Bethlyn Zeiser. Brad Lee Saul. Joshua DeLeon Fatz. Chad Christopher Pollan. David Smith. Zachary Carl Mendoza. Robert James Bastick. Stephen Michael Terry. Ryan David Jensen. Cree Willow Townsend. Jenna Marie Tasso. Hope Bethany Hansel. Shauna Rose O'Reilly. Jessica Lee Strickland. Shannon Marie Novak. Amy Marie Sam. Summer Mary Demcheski. Cheyenne Lee Darenkamp. Andrea Marie Burley. Matthew Peter Jerry Terry. Sarah Lynn Catherine Borsetti. Jessica Rose Gelati. Rebecca Lauren Keller. Cassie Elizabeth Rita Erdman. Kevin James Swartz. Mitchell James Gobin. Dominic Drew Sparks. Dr. Videla, would you please come and proclaim these students graduates of Forest City Regional High School class of 2011?
Now it gives me great pleasure and personal pride to place the official seal on the accomplishments of the class of 2011. You have accepted and fulfilled the graduation requirements of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Forest City Regional School District. On behalf of the Board of School Directors, I extend our collective appreciation and commendation for your dedicated efforts. By the power vested in me by the Board of School Directors, I proudly proclaim you graduates of the Forest City Regional High School. You may turn your tassels.
Don't merely expect to find or to believe that life is worthwhile. Make it worthwhile. Don't merely see life whole. Make it whole. Not knowing which should come first, to improve oneself or to improve the world. We end up doing neither. Actually, the only way to improve the world is by improving oneself. And the only way to improve oneself is by improving the world.
Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Okay.